Is it possible that things can physically move around if, of course, we are living in a simulated universe, which would be the only real logical reason why something like that could happen? Now, you might have heard of, I think it's telekinesis, where people can move things using their mind. But I did a video recently about a couple of different glitches that happened to somebody, where one which was where a clock had changed instantly when they looked at it because it was initially showing the wrong time, and another situation where an oil light came on and then they went and checked to see what was happening, whether was it something wrong with the engine, or was it the oil was low, etc. Got back in the car, turned on the radio, and there was an advert about checking your checking your oil light and stuff like that. And I mean, that's pretty, I mean, you could not get more specific than that. But weird things definitely can happen. But on one of those videos, a guy commented, which I thought was really interesting. And what happened was he was looking for his ID card. And we've all done this before, like I've done it before, where you're looking for your keys, or you're looking for a particular object, whatever it might be, or your wallet. And you're looking around the house and you look, in the usual kind of places. And then you start looking in places that probably wouldn't even be there in the first place. And you kind of run out of places. And then we all do it. You end up going back and looking in the same places again. And he was saying that he checked everywhere like 100 times. And then he went back to, I think he said it was behind a flower pot or something like that. And then lo and behold, there it was. And he was adamant that he'd already looked there before. And I would theorize that he did look there before, but the object previously wasn't there. And in a computer game, for example, you'll get glitches and things will they'll pop in and pop out while the simulation, the program, the software is having to create these things, render these things as and when you look at them. And this goes part and parcel with quantum physics, of course. Things, as far as quantum physics is concerned, doesn't exist until you look at them. And this is why when people say, oh, you couldn't simulate a whole universe, there wouldn't be the computer power possible to generate that. But it wouldn't need to do that, because when you're playing a computer game and you're looking straight ahead, everything that's in your peripheral vision or behind you is not being generated until you turn around and observe it. It's like going back to the double slit experiment, where things behaving in a wave or a pattern depending on whether it was being observed or not. So I suppose the moral of the story is, if you can't find something, there's nothing wrong with going back and looking in the same place to see if it then has moved or it's materialized, or whether it was supposed to be in there in the first place, but it wasn't simply, the software hadn't rendered it, it hadn't displayed it at the point that you were looking at it. I kind of hope that would happen with, we've all done this where you're hungry and you open up the fridge and there's nothing really in there that you fancy, or there's just nothing barely in there. You close the fridge and you go looking around in the drawers, and then you go back to the fridge again and open it, sort of hoping desperately that something might materialize in there that, that you can eat and stuff. So I think I'll do that in the future and hope that maybe a nice piece of chocolate cake or a mousse or something suddenly appears, or a chocolate bar that I can go and eat. But interested in your thoughts, what you think about this. Can objects move? Do you think there are things that suddenly have disappeared that you're sure were there before, or vice versa, maybe something that's appeared that wasn't there before? Let me know in the comments if you've got any stories or anything similar to this that you can relate to, and obviously ask any questions. Always happy to get any questions, and let me know any ideas that you want for a future video as well. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, or if you've got anything out of it. Much appreciated. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll speak to you soon.